Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to another One Up Entertainment podcast. My name's Corey.
How's it going, guys? My name is Rob, also known as PrimeHylian.
How's it going, guys? My name's Pat, also SnoopingTurtle.
Oh, you boy. And we are joined also by Jace, the official AceJ, our manager boy. He'll be joining us.
He's the
for
best
this
boy.
podcast.
He's the best boy.
As a mediator slash stop fucking talking about this random thing. Get back on topic, you bastard.
The mediocre mediator boy.
Yeah.
Can we all agree, guys, that like we're terrible with intros? Like this podcast is great, but we suck at intros.
Oh,
I thought that was a pretty freaking epic one, honestly.
I did great. Thank you very much.
Oh my god.
I mean, speak for yourself.
Speak for yourself, mate.
Me and Rob killed it.
Yo, Pat, let's go back our own intro and let's fucking do it. Screw these
I
guys.
definitely didn't just copy what you said.
You literally, I was holding back laughter, dude, because you just said exactly what fucking I said.
Oh my god. Well,
how are you guys doing this fine day, this morning, afternoon, evening, or night?
I'm doing pretty good, man. How about you?
Really?
I just flipped it on you.
Just fucking
Just flipped it on you.
Baby, Uno reverse card.
Uno reverse. Let's go.
I'm doing swell on this fine morning. Very busy, very tired. But I'm glad to be here with my boys, discussing some sick Nintendo strats.
Sick, dude.
Yeah.
Did you just say strats?
Yeah.
I don't know why I said that.
Okay, so if you put an up, down, left, right, A, B, start, then
Isn't that the Konami code?
yeah, but it was on NES. wasn't
Yeah,
it?
but
that was just the first thing I thought of.
I was gonna
Hey,
say,
don't
like,
judge
wait,
me.
listen, I'm judging you. All right. Well,
Jace, mediate.
Yeah.
Stop him. He's hurting me.
Jace.
you all suck. You're.
Damn, he got us.
Oh my god, yeah.
Well, in case anyone is unfamiliar, which I highly doubt, there was a few days ago there was a big old Nintendo Directy thingy on the internet.
Rob, they didn't hear about it.
I genuinely thought you were about to describe the Konami code to people.
Konami
Yeah,
code was
same, to be
released
honest.
yesterday.
Really?
Early. Jeez.
Yeah. Nobody
yeah,
cared
it's-
about that Nintendo Direct. It's just a Nintendo Direct, man. Nobody cares about those.
You know what? Apparently it was. Yeah, let's talk about it because apparently it's the fucking worst direct ever. Or yeah, so average.
Anyway, it was so bad. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, Nintendo Direct. It was fun. Like I enjoyed it. So
overall,
yeah.
one of my favorite directs overall. But that's personally because of the stuff they announced and stuff like that. I can understand why some people were like disappointed, I suppose, but yeah.
No, I feel you. Honestly, like here's the thing. So I think we're at a point now where like as consumers, almost everybody expects like every announcement to be
everyone
some
expects-
AAA masterpiece, and it's like we got to be realistic. That's just not how like video game development works. So like yes, this Direct in comparison to others, like it didn't blow everybody's minds, but there were still some great things, and I'm excited to talk about it today.
In defense of that AAA comment, I think we did get a big AAA banger.
Yeah, we did.
We got Deadly Premonition too, baby!
Oh, I knew that was coming.
Yeah, Snoop's very. I mean, that is dope at the same time.
That's fucking yeah. But I will say,
I'm happy,
as
I'm
a
so confused.
why? I mean, yes, but why? What the fuck?
Like, why?
Yeah.
I love it, but
Of
why?
all things.
The thing
I mean,
is,
it
at
is
the moment,
great at the same time.
yeah, you were totally right though. Everyone expects say an E3 level thing from every direct, when it is reality just good communication and more like updates about what is to come and keep us engaged. But like, this is weird. It's over the past few years, everyone's been very, I guess, opinionated about everything that goes on with Nintendo. I mean, that's nature of social media. But for example, I saw on Twitter like yesterday someone saying how Game Freak they showed a comparison of them reusing animations and stuff from earlier games and stuff like that, and being like, "This is
Everyone
awful."
does that.
Yeah, everyone does
It's a
that. Like,
very
why
common thing. Yeah.
everyone seems to comment without actually thinking.
I
Yeah.
mean,
about the logistics
again,
of
like
things.
that isn't to say that like we can't criticize Game Freak for certain decisions that may come
Absolutely.
across as lazy, but I think like we all need to kind of stop acting like we're video game developers and calling everything out because
you're totally right. Sometimes we complain about the wrong things. It's not
exactly.
criticizing is fine. It's just
Yeah.
sometimes it's like, guys, grow up. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Well, that's why like every direct to this point, like I just put a tweet out saying like, hey guys, don't forget, you don't have to rank a direct. It's an advert. It's not. You don't rank it.
Literally advertising. Yeah.
Like it's just a fun like advert for 45 minutes where you get to see a bunch of things. It can be good. There can be things that you're not interested in, but you don't have to rate it. It's not a movie. It's not. You know, people don't care if you think it's good or bad. People just care about the announcements.
No, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. And it's kind of
literally
crazy how we like glorify this giant commercial. Like it really is a commercial.
Oh,
like
yeah. It's
those
like a
bring me,
great point.
dude. Those
It
bring
is a
me
giant
more
commercial.
more happiness than like almost anything, and that's fucked up. Like that's crazy to me.
It's kind of
But-
depressing. But it's
Like,
true.
it's kind of messed up. Like I can admit it, but yeah.
It's fat. I imagine from their perspective though, it's like, wait, so you're saying we can release a 40-minute advert and people will watch it, discuss it for like weeks afterwards, and held it to this point.
Nintendo are set with like advertisement. Nintendo are the one like they're the one game development or game company, I guess, like out of the big three that like they can do anything and it's gonna trend on Twitter. It's gonna like blow up the internet. Just they
have that IP
sneeze.
recognition, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, and it just
They
works
could
for
release-
them.
They released a picture of Mario eating some watermelon, and there were fucking
Yeah.
analysis videos for weeks, dude.
Yeah, because his nipples were
Guys are
weird.
sneezing, and they'll be like, "Does this confirm
Does this
Super
confirm-
Odyssey 2?"
Yeah,
Guys.
it's
like,
insane,
dude,
and, like,
calm
I
down.
kind of love it. I kind of love it. Like it's
Yeah.
stupid, but I love it.
I can't complain. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's just like surreal. Yeah,
Yeah.
Super Mario a melon game confirmed, please. It,
Yeah,
that
let's
probably
go. Watermelon's
fun.
good, man. Like best summer food. Can we agree?
Super Mario melon.
Who cares about video games? Just food.
Super Pineapple Boys 6.
Let's
Oh.
go.
So let's actually dive straight into the direct. We won't be
into it,
going in
boys.
any particular order. We'll just be talking about things we want to talk about. I want to get to. This was the first announcement and something I want to discuss. Overwatch on the Switch was
Ooh.
just announced as the first big
Yeah.
title in the direct.
It's
So
a
please talk
shame
to that.
because it was kind of like it
It's
wasn't leaked
so
before,
leaked.
but they just announced the.
so
It was
leaked.
leaked. It was
No,
leaked.
it was accidentally
yeah.
it was accidentally listed a Overwatch Switch case, and then it was
Yeah.
immediately like, okay.
My like
It was
I'm
pretty
all
obvious
for
at
it.
that point.
it was inevitable that it was going to come. My one interest, and I've not really researched, so I don't know if they've already said this or not. I'm assuming it's cross-platform, not with PC but with other consoles.
Surely.
And I'm hoping it
So
like
it-
the
it,
internet connection's not going to be garbage.
I really hope so too.
I mean, it's
But it
Nintendo.
should be
I
Blizzard stuff.
mean, it's Nintendo Online, so I mean, it'll probably.
I
be
just looked it up.
not
It's not
very
going to be cross-platform.
It's,
Damn.
okay, that's a risky play, dude. There's going to be
Yeah.
cross-platform at some point then.
That's like
Because they could have
Fortnite.
no fucking player base on that entire game if the
Look at
servers
it
are
like
bad.
this. Look at it like this. Like, I do think they took a bit too long with this one, and I do think
Wait,
it sucks that they kind of like maybe not leaked it, but made it clear it was coming. Here's the thing, though. Like, if you're someone who only owns a Switch, you'll probably end up giving this game a try if it isn't sold for full price, which it probably will be.
It-
Or
Actually,
is
no,
it? Do we know the
full
price? Do we know the
Overwatch
price?
is currently like $30.
Yeah.
Or cheaper.
Oh,
It'll
yeah.
probably-
Even at
Wait,
launch,
wait, though.
Overwatch
Are you
would be-
saying it's that much on Switch currently? Like, you know?
No, but
Oh,
like
not
currently on
launch, but-
PC and shit. It's
Okay,
like-
but to
on-
be
on
fair, like
console.
The Witcher 3 is like a $20 game and it's being sold for full price. So
True.
I'm just saying. Anyways,
But
though, overall,
it
what I'm
can
saying,
help, though.
It looks worse.
yeah, like the whole player base thing is definitely gonna be a thing. Like if there isn't crossplay and stuff, but I could picture people who only own a Switch giving this game a try. Also, rest in peace,
That's the
Paladins. Rest in peace, Paladins.
Yeah. Fucking die in a hole. Sorry. But,
I kind of liked Paladins.
Yeah, I kind of liked it
Paladins
too.
is good time.
Overwatch
Yeah.
is a better game, though. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
I
I
did
mean-
like Paladins.
Here's the thing, Paladins, they literally capitalized on that market and went, okay, we're just gonna copy Overwatch and get in the areas that they don't have.
Yeah.
But it fucking worked, and like props to them for that.
Yeah.
I mean,
The
fucking
Switch did.
copycats, but that's how some people make their money, like copycat businesses. and stuff.
Absolutely. You know, and you make a great point. Like, you are right. The only reason I ended up, like, fucking with Paladins was because it was the only game like that at the time on the Switch, and it was free. So Power Moves by the dev team, like, Power Moves,
Yeah.
they were smart, but it's time
were
because once
proactive,
Overwatch drops, and my voice cracked right there, but once Overwatch drops, it's over, so.
See, they got lucky in that because if I was in charge of this, I would have totally released it in 2017. I don't know the background of why it released this year, but because
It
that was
probably
when
took them a while to actually like sort out optimization and stuff.
Yeah.
True, but 2 years.
That is
After,
long.
This is
That
Blizzard.
is-
Yeah.
They have resources.
I mean,
man.
it might have been a slow
Yeah,
burn.
I don't
You
know.
make a good point, though, Rob. You make a very
But
good point.
Blizzard is a really weird company.
They
Like,
are very strange. Yeah, they'll
I
release
wouldn't
something
look
like
too
WoW
much into
Classic
that.
at one point, and then they'll fucking
Yeah.
do something extremely scummy.
I worry because like if it's only Switch players are going to be playing with Switch players, I'm wondering just how many
Yeah, there's
people
gonna be
will
some
buy
good times,
the
dude.
game, and how many people will have an online subscription and play on the servers that may or may not. If they're Blizzard run, they might be alright.
Oh, they're
Well,
gonna
then
suck.
Nintendo
thing, though.
They're
run,
gonna
anyone
suck.
who
probably gonna
buys-
be
They're
bad.
probably gonna
Anyone
suck.
who buys Overwatch
They're probably
have
gonna
a
suck.
subscription because like you're not gonna buy it if you don't have online.
Yeah.
just-
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. I'm pretty sure the game's gonna come with like a 12-month thing or something, or at least there's a
Oh,
version of it that will.
Boys,
Um,
you're making great points all around, but it's fucking Overwatch on the Switch.
It's
who
over-
cares?
yeah,
Let's
exactly,
move
it's
on. You
Overwatch.
have both made
Fucking,
phenomenal
you
points,
know.
though. Phenomenal points, absolutely.
It,
you guys have
and
anything
just-
else you want to say, though? Go ahead.
Just
This is right.
just a bit of about the specs. So on docked mode, it runs at 900p, and in handheld it's 720p, which that's solid.
Sure,
Yeah, I mean,
it's okay.
it's a fucking handheld console.
Yeah.
we got to keep remembering that.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, I'm pumped. I probably won't get it because
Yeah.
I fucking 400, 500 hours on PC version.
Exactly.
So, but like, it's cool, and I like the way it's not just like a slap on the console. You know, they're
Yeah.
integrating like motion control and stuff. As
I agree. Yeah, the
shitty as
gyro.
that's gonna be, I think that's cool.
No,
as
no.
hell. Like,
Honestly, I will say gyro's actually dope for FPS. Trust me. I know
It's really good.
It's
Oh, yeah,
good
yeah,
for
yeah.
FPS, surprisingly, but yeah. Ultimately, like this, my voice cracked again. But ultimately, like this isn't a bad thing. Like it's okay. Like a lot of people probably
I'm not saying
won't
that
buy
at all,
it.
yeah.
And I mean, it's not for us. Like I feel like ports like this in like The Witcher 3, they're for people who only have a Switch. Those poor souls.
Yeah,
I love
absolutely.
the Switch, but they only have a
God
Switch.
bless them.
So yeah. All right, let's move on. What else we
everyone
want to talk
can afford,
about,
like, 4
boys?
gaming platforms. Yeah.
I will say Luigi's Mansion 3. I think it's
I like that it's
looking
got more
pretty
modes.
spicy.
I
Yeah,
like that this is gonna be a better Mario Party, Super
Yeah.
Mario Party.
exactly. Like what I really like is they're branching out from like the base concept of the game, and they're giving us other ways to experience the game, which I
Yeah.
think is cool. Like so far it seems like there's a lot of content in this game, and I see promise personally.
I'm pretty hopeful. I think it looks good. I fucking love Luigi.
Luigi.
I don't know, like it's one of the games like I said this earlier before the podcast. Like I think this is a really good direct. I think that there's not. I don't think there's a game that I'm like, oh, that's bad. Like
Yeah.
I don't think there was anything like that. It's just I don't have much to talk about because
No,
like
I respect that.
Luigi's Mansion, I'm excited for. I think it's gonna be really fun. But like when I think about mechanics and stuff, it's just kind of like over my head, and I'm just like, I'm just looking forward to playing with Luigi.
Yeah.
It just looks fun.
Dude, I'm
Looks
not even
great,
gonna
dude.
lie. Like what I just said about Luigi's Mansion 3 is probably all I could really say about it. Like I'm excited for the game, but I mean, like, what more can we say about it? It's Luigi's Mansion
Exactly.
3. It's gonna be good. They've put time into it. If you guys
It just
take
looks
a
like
look,
a good title.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
It looks beautiful. Visually, it looks really
If you
fucking
look at the
nice.
first reveal, I think it was a September direct 2018. If you look at the reveal then and look at the footage
Shit,
now,
was it that long ago?
It was a while ago,
It looks
dude.
pretty, bro.
No.
It looks pretty
Oh,
now.
yeah.
So respect to them.
When
Cleaning it
is
up.
when is the release exactly?
This is October
October.
30th.
Yeah, end of October, 31st.
Yeah.
Soon.
Halloween.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's
They
hey,
said
Halloween.
just in time for
Yeah.
Halloween. It's
Can
literally
we-
on Halloween.
Can we agree Halloween's the best holiday ever? Let's go.
I'll
fucking
I'll
dope.
dispute
Let's
that.
go.
Fucking, I'm a
No.
Christmas boy all
Chat,
around.
what you think? Yeah, Christmas is pretty dope too. But yeah,
Yeah,
Luigi's
we'll see.
Mansion looks pretty cool. Can we get Waluigi's Mansion instead though? That was a lame joke. Moving on.
Fuck.
Fuck.
What do you guys
Oh,
want to talk about?
Interested, though, not gonna lie.
So I want to talk about the stuff they showed about Pokemon Sword and Shield as
Ooh,
well.
segue. Let's go.
So
Pokemon.
basically, you can customize your cute trainer. It's
Cute
basically
as
a
fuck.
Sims game, and it's like, oh, that's cool
Mm.
as hell. I like how they we're moved away from Pokemon features and just make your trainer cute and fly as
Well,
crap.
they kind of did that in the past couple of 3DS ones. What I'm really confused about, and I think it's just because of how they showed it, the curry thing. What's the curry for?
I don't know.
Yeah,
man.
I-
said
at
you can
first-
make curry.
Yo, at
like,
first, I
alright.
thought it was the kind of thing where you prepare this meal and maybe your party like eats it, and then you have like
Yeah.
status boosts or something, like
yeah,
typical.
you-
That's what I
Artie,
assumed it
like,
was gonna
you-
be, but then they just
cook 'em
didn't
up.
elaborate. They're just like, yeah, you can become the curry master.
See,
It's like,
if I made a
Your
game,
curry
I would
decks.
just always tease these random features and not give
Yeah.
any context whatsoever. So everyone's like, what the fuck?
Like,
What does this do?
It's so dumb, but I fucking
But I
love
love
how they
it.
did that.
I
I genuinely
love it.
love how they did that. And also, I just want to say that Pelican Dodo Bird Pokemon is one of my favorite Pokemon ever. I fucking
Yeah,
love it.
I
It
like
spits it spits a
I
fish
like
out
him.
at an enemy. It's like, oh my god. The
Yes.
teacup, I could give or take. I like the ghost part. The, you know,
I will say
whatever.
as well, the game is looking better than when it was initially.
Yeah,
launched.
okay, I've been waiting for
yes.
Rob to say it. Okay, I'm gonna
It's
give a
getting there.
mini point on this. Okay, look, just because people are so touchy about this one, is Game Freak or the Pokemon Company being slightly lazy with Sword and Shield? I think we can all agree. Yes, like does Sword and Shield look like that next generation for Pokemon? No, but does the game look pretty nifty, kind of good? I agree, and I think the footage has been getting better and better. Even Gamescom, we got more footage
Yeah.
showcasing that
Right.
first town, and if you look at that footage, it is polished. So I
If you
absolutely agree
compare
with
the
you, Rob.
two in the same area, you can see like way more textures and stuff.
Absolutely.
And this is just the nature of showing games like a year before they come out.
Exactly.
But we take that at face value as the final product, which you can't blame people, to be honest, because people but companies are pressured to show their shit way before they're actually finished. So it's like, yeah, it's just taking that with a grain of salt, I guess. It's like, okay, they're still working on this and hoping things improve, which they have.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah,
something to keep in
absolutely.
mind.
I agree.
I
big
mean,
time.
with Pokemon, Sword and Shield, I maintain that like I do think it looks like they're cutting a lot of corners. I think that leaves a lot to
Absolutely.
be desired.
I would not
Mhm.
disagree
But-
with you for a second.
At no point do I think, oh, I'm not going to enjoy this. I'm like, yo,
Absolutely.
it's Pokemon. I'm still going to enjoy it. It doesn't look like I'm going to hate it as much as I hated Sun and Moon. Like it looks more fun. It looks more open, and I'm down for that. I like
Honestly-
the Pokemon design so far. There's some of them that I'm like, but every gen's got that, so whatever. It's got a pelican that spits fish. I fucking love it.
No,
yeah.
absolutely. Honestly, Snoop said it really well on Twitter once. He was like, Pokemon is like, and Arlo said this too, Pokemon is one of the most successful franchises like ever, not just video games, like ever. In the history, okay, of like stuff. It's very
Yeah.
successful. If you look at Sword and Shield, I think that the games are going to be fun and they look good, but they don't really display that Pokemon is one of
See,
the most successful franchises
One of
ever.
those, I thoroughly believe at this point it's going to be one of those cases that we had with Let's Go Eevee and stuff, where it's just it's easy to criticize when we see trailers, but once you start playing it, everything just kind of melts away, and you just have a great old
Absolutely.
time. So
I mean, I hope so.
I'm hoping that's the case, because that's if we think of
I mean, that's exactly what happened with Let's
games,
Go.
they-
We had this
those
same
games were
conversation
fucking
about Let's Go, like all of
criticized,
us,
yeah.
and then all
we
three of us ended up
ridicule those games
loving
to
the
shit.
exactly. I agree.
Let's Go Eevee is my second favorite Pokemon game of all
Right.
time.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
fucking
I
love it.
will I will fucking say up front that we were fucking
We were wrong.
hammering those games, especially like you as well, Pat, specifically.
Oh no, yeah, I
It's so
thought
funny.
I legitimately,
noticed that's a
I was
common
looking at all
thing
the
with
mechanics and I
that.
thought this looks fucking garbage. Then I
Mhm.
played it and was like, this is actually kind of good. What the hell? What? How's this work? What?
Yeah,
It's one of those
exactly. And
games that like watching it sucks. Playing it
Yeah.
is great.
And that's the thing
Mhm.
with video games, is like some of these things you just have to play.
You just
to
have
actually
to
get.
play it, man. I
Yeah,
will
for
say,
example,
like,
the,
not
um,
everything, but for the most part.
There's
Yeah,
so
that-
many games where it's like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to, for example, the town might like what is it called? The town game from Game Freak as well. The
That's one that
I love
I was
it.
just saying earlier about games that I'm like, I don't think look amazing, and I didn't think there was any
See,
in
that's
that.
the thing, though.
I
That's
think
like
County looks amazing, but we've not seen much.
no, that's
like
the thing
10
as well.
seconds.
It's like I feel that's a really good example of a game you'll
Yeah.
absolutely have to play to like
Yeah.
get.
Mm.
Like it seemed even from watching it, I'm like I'm still not entirely,
Yeah.
but I'm sure if I played it, I would really like get it. And that's the thing with this medium. It's like we are showing trailers for an interactive thing that you.
And
which is
we're
different
only
from
seeing
the
like
advertising.
0.1% of what the final product is. We're
Mhm.
seeing nothing. We're seeing like, well, 20-second
Exactly.
trailer. We're seeing
and you
absolutely
can't
nothing.
account for like control schemes and shit like that. It's like
No.
a very face value thing. Like that,
And
yeah.
with the town game, they didn't really tell us anything. Well, they didn't really tell us much about what the game actually was. The main thing they
that's the
showed was,
thing.
like
I fucking love the mechanics.
there's a
of this.
town, and then also Toby Fox has music, and everyone's
Yeah.
just like, "Holy shit, Toby Fox! Hell yeah, dude! That dude's
I love
like."
the RPG
hell
like
yeah.
battle mechanics though. Like it's all about improvisation and utilizing
Yeah.
the town. That's so interesting, dude.
Yeah,
It's interesting.
neat,
I
unique.
don't know how it's gonna get pulled off, and I
Neither,
want to
but
see
I
more.
wanna
Show
see
us
more.
more.
Be,
For God's
optim-
sake!
be optimistic though. Like
See,
I
I feel
don't
like-
Oh,
think.
absolutely. No,
Yeah.
I think it looks fun. I
Like,
think it looks
yeah, I
good.
think there's more of a chance of them like pulling it off and stuff. Like I think it
Yeah.
has a lot of personality. One thing that's cool is I think that them giving it a proper title, like Small Town Hero, I think that
Yeah.
right there gives the game even more personality.
Totally.
Also, I didn't know this. The game isn't full price, which I think is dope. It's not
Is
a
it-
full
oh,
price game.
interesting.
I'm
like
not
$30.
surprised by that. It does look more like if you looked at like the like there's like a kind of RPG tell, and that's like the overworld.
Yeah.
And if it's if it's that kind of like not just like top down, but if it's one where it's on, so you just follow a line, so you can't actually move around. Usually, it's a slightly more budget RPG.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay.
Not that that's
Snoop-
really a bad
Snoop
thing at all.
knows his RPGs. You don't mess around.
It's just like it has that kind of flair to it, which is not a bad thing. There are budget RPGs, they're incredible. It's
Yeah.
not a bad thing, not a
Right.
complaint. I'm still excited. I'm glad it's cheaper. I'm glad Toby
Yeah.
Fox is getting work. 'Cause that dude,
He's
Amazing.
fucking
Fucking
game
genius.
freak. That's insane.
Yeah.
He's a good
I feel like
dude.
this is a game that would really benefit a small demo. Just
Yeah,
to sell
I
everyone.
agree.
100%,
I
100%.
absolutely agree.
Yeah, and I really hope they release one. But I'm optimistic, and I'm just. It looks like a great old
It
great old
does.
time.
It
Yeah.
does, absolutely. To kind of spin off of the point you just made of like how a demo could probably really help it. Two games actually got demos, which was Dragon Quest and Daemon X Machina. Sorry.
Oh,
about
right,
that.
they announced another demo.
didn't
that's right.
didn't Dragon Quest have a demo a bit before though? So I remember
It-
downloading that a while
might have
a
ar-
while back.
It might have already had one, or maybe it was just
Yeah.
in Japan, but I know that was one point they promoted during the
Right.
direct, was that this has a demo now. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty nifty. It's pretty darn good. I will say for Daemon X, which that game has no hype surrounding it, and I understand why. I will say the new demo they released for that is pretty good. If you played the original demo, the prototype mission, they did,
Yeah.
that
That was
one was
rough.
rough. It was very,
Yeah.
very rough, and it honestly left a very bad impression for people, which I
Right.
understand.
See, I feel like they should have marketed that more as like a test
As a
thing opposed to a
test, they
demo. 'Cause
exactly.
Demo, when you say demo, you mean, oh, I want to demo the game and to see if I want to get on board with purchasing it. That was
Mhm.
very much a tech test, and I was so early in development.
So
You can't blame them for having like a broken mess for that.
And
So this, I feel like, would be the demo. That would be like they should have called that like a closed beta
yeah, it was basically a beta. It was basically a beta. And
Yeah.
another thing
or
to
even an alpha. To be honest. Yeah.
Yeah, and to
Honest.
give the dev team Marvelous like some credit for this one too, keep in mind they did like a survey for that demo, and they took
Yeah.
all the criticism they received and then made a trailer addressing all of it and actually fixing it. And
I
that
love
is
that.
not
That's
a common
fantastic.
exactly. So
That
I don't
that's
know.
very good.
I
No,
feel
it makes me a bit sad that there's not much hype for that game because it's very
Exactly.
stylistic and the developers
Yeah.
seem to very care about the quality of their work. They've
Mhm.
like multiple demos and taking feedback shows this.
I th-
So
I
I do
think-
hope
Dude,
there's some
Dude,
rejuvenated.
you know what's gonna screw it over though? The release date. Think about it.
Oh yeah, that's the biggest thing.
It
It's so
releases
stupid.
September 13th, which is a little over a week after Astral Chain came out recently, which is amazing. I really like that game. And then a Link's Awakening comes out right after. And to make things worse, Borderlands 3 releases the exact same day as Daemon X. So I don't know what
That
they were
is rough.
thinking.
Yeah.
That
like-
that was probably Nintendo. But,
Yeah, it's a bad
yeah.
move.
Yeah, this has happened to a few games, and it's really sad. So if it was released in October, like
Yeah.
2 weeks before Luigi's Mansion,
Hmm.
or maybe fucking I don't know, like
Or put it
November or
out.
some shit.
Put it out in like, for example, like January.
Start
I know.
2020.
Yeah, exactly. That
Yeah.
dead
Exactly.
spot, that
Yeah.
hella dead spot. Release it there, and then like I'll even say, being like a Nintendo fanboy, it'll end up getting that Nintendo fanboy hype because we'll be forced to play it, which is actually terrible. It's kind of terrible in hindsight.
You're right though. That's the thing.
But yeah,
I think.
Go ahead. Sorry. Yeah.
I was just gonna say, involving the hype around it and how like it's kind of dead.
Mhm.
I think it's and this is just a theory. I think it's a weird case of every single direct since that game's been announced. It's like we've got the same trailer for it.
Yeah.
It feels like the same trailer.
I agree.
So like people just keep seeing it and they get kind of fed up of it. So like at first it's like, whoa, this is cool. Then they get
That's a
their
good
hands
point.
on it and
That's
it's
a good point, yeah.
lackluster.
Plus
And then
the
like
demo,
even if
the
they're
bad
improving
demo,
it, they're
yeah.
still seeing the
It's a great
same
point.
It's
trailer over and
basically
over, and it
how
burns them
we've
out.
seen nothing but like Gears 5 over and over and over and over.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And,
It's the
like,
same
no
thing
one
with Gears
cares about
5.
that
Yeah.
game now.
Even though apparently Gears 5's like really good, but
I don't
Is it
care.
out now?
people just
I'm
don't care.
sorry.
Yeah, I think it's out.
So
Either that
mean,
or
I'm being
the
so
review
mean.
copies are out.
Good on them.
The,
I'm glad they got
I'm
an
very-
IP out.
I'm very curious to how that game performed because, as far as I could tell, it seemed there was not much excitement and anticipation
Yeah.
for that game. But
Anyone
that's
Oh,
another
it comes out in 19 hours,
Okay.
according to Steam.
I
but
wanna see-
the
that
reviews are all.
I haven't
like,
seen a single
loaded.
thing on Twitter aside from
Yeah.
negative reviews. Like, not necessarily negative reviews, but just not like
I've just
groundbreaking
seen-
reviews.
I've just
This
seen
is a bit
promoted shit from
interesting.
Microsoft.
The Ultimate Edition of the game, whatever that is, came out on the 6th, but the standard and collector's
they did the-
versions of the game.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
They
Oh,
did the
what the
stupid
hell?
release thing where it's like, oh, if you pre-order, you get it a day early, and if you pre-order the special edition, you get it 3 days early.
Yeah, I don't
They
like
did
that
that
crap.
stupid. Dude, even fucking Final Fantasy 14 Shadowbringers did
Yeah,
that shit,
I
and
don't
I,
like that
I
crap.
stand this game hard.
Like, I
for,
don't
like,
mind pre-orders, but I don't like those kinds of pre-order
Yeah.
incentives. They're a little disingenuous.
I
to me.
yeah, it's fucking.
And for whatever it's worth, The Guardian gave it 4 out of 5 stars, so...
Yeah.
True. I will wait and see.
Also,
I'll hold my opinions off until.
Let's have a
Thursday.
moment of
That's fair enough.
appreciation for Jace, because he's been killing it with like.
He's been doing a
he's
great
been
work.
killing it.
Just good.
And also, sorry for cutting you off there, Rob. The delay really messed me up there. Yeah.
He's a good boy.
But
He
yeah,
is he's our manager.
all I'll say though, and then I'll shut up about Damon X, is that demo, the new demo, is actually good. Okay, and
Go give it a try. Give it a try.
give it a try, and your save progress from the demo, like the Octopath Traveler demo, it saves and it will be used if you
Oh,
actually buy the game.
fantastic.
You can
That's the
continue.
same with Dragon Quest as well.
Okay, sweet, good
Yeah.
I
stuff.
love that shit. That's
They
so
both
good.
do that, which is
Good
very,
stuff.
very good.
Yes, indeed.
Good
Um,
shit.
High five.
Okay, so we talked about this before the podcast started, but we should probably address this on actually on the podcast. They announced that coming to the Nintendo Online library are a whole bunch of SNES games,
Yes.
like no additional cost or anything, and they are already out for playing.
now,
so-
Out right
we
now.
right
here we-
now.
Right now. So right off the bat, let's talk about, because we can't really talk about this without talking about Nintendo Online, and everyone knows how a lot of us feel about Nintendo Online. But I'll say right off the bat, I think this is fucking fantastic. Would have preferred it, as Jace has pointed out as well. Would have preferred it like last year or like at launch, but this is great value, especially for $3 fucking
Yeah.
dollars or whatever. There's a lot of really fantastic it's a lot of the must plays, not all of them unfortunately, but there's a lot of must plays, and just the fact that I don't need to pay $10 again for a Super Metroid, I can just play it on my Switch.
Yeah.
It's the same with Link to the Past and fucking F-Zero and shit like that.
Mhm.
Fantastic.
Absolutely.
But yeah, like games
Games
like
like
Chrono Trigger aren't here unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Oh god, I
yeah.
wish.
And like,
fucking wish,
I
man.
will say, like, Nintendo Online is a touchy subject. So to anybody like watching this later on or watching it now, like, don't worry. We do see the negatives of Nintendo Online and like the server issues, and we probably shouldn't be paying for the online portion, and that is all valid criticism. But I do see like a good amount of value in the SNES games we did get. They're good games that would normally be sold for us, like Rob said, for like $5 to $10. So I mean, it's good. Good stuff.
I again, like my issues with Nintendo are just like I get so annoyed that I'm paying for, cause like personally I'm paying mostly for the online, and the online does suck. So like I just wish, cause I can pretty much guarantee that like a solid amount of the like install base for Nintendo Online would still pay monthly just for Virtual Console. If it was just Virtual Console.
That's the thing. That's the interesting thing, is that the biggest part of the value of the subscription isn't the actual online, it's the games you get.
So just give the online for free.
Yeah, I agree.
The games like Overwatch might have.
Time. Exactly. There's no need to sell the online. Like honestly,
and it's like not even it's not even for a higher quality service, which is the biggest.
Exactly.
That's the reason you would pay for it.
It's a fast inferior service to
everything else. Despite it being cheaper, that doesn't justify it not working. But yeah,
it's not like PS2 quality online.
Yeah,
I mean, but I will say it's cool that I can now play SNES games. Like they just show up and I can now play them.
You can play them.
Yeah,
for $3.99 a month, and it's kind of crazy. Like, okay. So one argument I'll see is like they're old games, and I think that's super valid for like NES games, because honestly the NES, it's really hard to go back and play some of those games these days. It's just hard.
But that's not really the case with SNES games.
It's not the case with SNES. Exactly. You can still go back and play a legacy game like a Link to the Past and enjoy that game. It's an amazing game.
It has way smaller barriers to
Super Metroid, dude. Super Metroid.
Fucking Super Metroid. And like that's always a weird argument, because they're just adding these old things for free so people can experience these iconic Nintendo games. It's like they're not selling these in the eShop for $30 each.
Exactly, which they would normally do. Again though, at the same time, they don't deserve a cookie for not selling old games for extreme prices. So, but yeah, overall I think this added a ton of value to Nintendo Online.
A ton of good value. Absolutely.
I don't think it takes away any criticisms to make about the platform, but I think it's better. Like I think it's better now. So yeah,
absolutely, I would agree.
I'm gonna take a big sip of water because my throat is like dying. I'm sorry guys.
Man, I wish I got a water.
Man,
Jeez,
I made a big mistake, boys.
Big mistake. Me too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's also a SNES controller. I've not met a single person who bought the NES controller.
Oh, that I don't think that's fucking good. But like they're basically that is for that niche of people who want that to play with that authentic controller and stuff.
Yeah.
Which you can't really blame them for doing, but like, because that's not for the mainstream. That's for just fucking this niche segment of people who are like, I need to have all the controllers and shit. So
also
they can make money on that.
The NES controller thing was like fucked. Like
that was
hear me out.
So stupid.
When Nintendo Online first launched, they like promoted this thing about like special offers. Like those special offers ended up being stuff like Tetris 99 and like, which is cool. That's a good special offer, okay? But like the main special offer at first was being able to purchase them, and they were like $60, $80, and they attached to your Switch like Joy-Con, which was so stupid. So in order for them to so I will give credit here, the SNES ones are like $30, and they're like a regular Pro controller and are wireless. So I probably won't pick one up, but I mean, good job, I guess. Nintendo.
I guess. Good job, I guess. Who got the
you get a cookie,
NES ones, and I don't think anyone I know will be likely to get the SNES ones.
Yeah.
It's just like
plus
for the
Power
price of the controllers, you can probably get a secondhand NES or SNES Mini.
Yeah.
So if you really wanted that, you'd probably just go for that.
Exactly. Also,
that's a great point actually. I just want to, because it's when they release this, I'm like, I don't need to get a SNES Mini now, because all of those games are on the fucking Switch. But the SNES controller costs like as much as the
SNES Mini now. Oh my god.
You buy 1 year subscription, one SNES controller, and you've basically purchased a SNES Mini.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, they haven't validated like the SNES Mini basically now.
Yeah.
Because most people who buy that already own.
Are they still
Switches.
producing them? Are they still like?
I don't know if they're being manufactured anymore.
Yeah, I think they kind of just like run it for a few months, and it's like, all right, that's the Christmas.
That's probably why they waited so long. Which, by the way, these are very late to the party. Like these should have came a long time ago. The SNES games. But that's probably why they waited so long, so they could like keep the SNES Classic alive for a bit longer.
I feel bad for SNES Classic owners.
They are discontinued, and I will butt in saying that I do have both an NES and NES Classic, and so kind of coming from a perspective of that being a Nintendo Online thing is kind of like, oh, but I have most of these already, and the games I don't have are like golf and tennis. So it's like,
Hell yeah, golf!
There's really a whole lot here. But obviously, like, many more people have Switches than the retro mini stuff. So it's only fair. But I still am like, So.
Yeah.
For whatever that's worth, there's a take.
Yeah. No, I feel you. It's good points all around, my boys. Hopefully we get some N64 games. Fuck the SNES games. I want more. Give me more.
Give me N64 games. That'd be sick.
Let's go, dude. Let's go.
Mario 64.
Come on.
What if GameCube?
GameCube? Ooh.
No way. There's no fucking way.
There's no fucking way.
No, dude, if they get GameCube on there, they're selling it for $60 each.
Yeah. Yo, you know what I noticed? This is what I think they're gonna do, guys. Take this in. So we cannot expect for them to just give us their whole virtual console library for $3.99 a month. I mean, it's Nintendo. Like, come on. So if you notice, they're different applications. So what I could see them doing is releasing like an N64 application, like the SNES one or the NES one, but that one's sold and you can only buy it if you're a Nintendo Online subscriber. Does that make sense? Because there's separate applications. Like the NES games are all in one app, right? The SNES games are in one app. Maybe they'll put the N64 games in a separate app, or GameCube games in a separate
I could see them doing like an add-on subscription where it's like, oh, if you're on N64, you've got to pay an extra $3.99 a month.
Exactly.
So to get the whole lot, you've got to pay.
Yeah.
You know.
Maybe tier,
I'd be okay with that. Of paying like $30 for each.
Exactly.
Like that, just straight up access to all these old games is fucking okay in my mind, because that's a lot of fucking value.
Absolutely.
That being said, we're not going to see N64 for another 2 years, guys.
Yeah, like,
so don't worry about it.
Honestly, I think the N64 Classic's next. I probably could see us getting an N64 Classic.
Either that or a Game Boy Classic.
Please. Yeah, or a Game Boy Classic as well, or like one or the other.
Well, one of the two. Unless they might just leave the Classic series now, because it's like, it might be a bit more expensive to produce now that it is just Wii hardware though, isn't it?
So
they just use Wii hardware in the NES.
So weird with how they do things, man. They just do the weirdest shit. Like I love them, but they do the weirdest shit. I will always admit that.
Exactly.
But before we move on though, I gotta ask, is there like one SNES game that you guys really wish was on the service?
Alfred Chicken.
Alfred Chicken, let's go. Come on.
Nah, Chrono Trigger.
Chrono Trigger. Fucking best RPG.
Or Final Fantasy.
Or
Final Fantasy 4.
I agree. Oh, and Kirby Superstar. Just for
I thought Kirby Superstar was on there.
No, it is Dreamland 3 for some fucking reason. Like the one no one likes that game. Like I'm sorry. I mean, no one dislikes it, but no one cares about Dreamland.
All right, Kirby Superstar isn't.
Yeah, Superstar's like the banger
game or whatever.
I will say it's really weird that I'm not talking about like the third-party titles that are on the SNES Mini. It's weird that not all the first-party Nintendo-owned IP or like games on the SNES Mini are on this.
Yeah, like Donkey Kong Country.
They're missing Donkey Kong Country.
That's really weird.
It's weird that
really strange.
It's weird that DKC isn't on there. I'll agree.
Yeah,
I'll agree.
So that is rare.
There is some good
Nintendo IP
shit on there though.
It's a Nintendo. Nintendo own the rights to it.
Yeah, Nintendo, like, it's not like the rare situation with Banjo or Conker.
Yeah.
Like, they own DKC. Like, they own that IP and those characters.
Absolutely.
I wonder if they own Dixie Kong, though. Because, anyways, let's move on. So, Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing.
Yeah, and an adorable, huge trailer for Animal Crossing. I'm happy with everything. I cannot wait for the game, dude.
Yeah,
it looks great.
Yeah,
it looks amazing. I can't fault anything. It looks so fun.
Yeah. I've got zero issues with it.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, no, that was the one thing that I said where like maybe the map looks a little small, but if we can go to different islands, then I mean, I don't know. Like I can't judge that because I don't know it yet. They've not like specifically said anything about that, so whatever. It looks great. I'm excited. Animal Crossing, let's go, boys.
Yeah. The trailer kind of just
evolution, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, you go.
No, you're good. You're good. The trailer kind of just, I will say though, like the trailer didn't reveal too much new stuff. Like I'm still stoked. Like, but the trailer kind of just recapped everything that we were told in the treehouse from E3. So just saying. One other thing I'll say though. So it looks like to me, I think Animal Crossing has been given that Breath of the Wild treatment. Okay, hear me out. So Breath of the Wild got it.
I would dispute that, but you make your point.
Odyssey got it. Okay, Smash kind of got it. I do think that Animal Crossing has got it.
Nah, I would disagree.
I respect that.
Yeah, I think Breath of the Wild was more of like, because that's such a huge leap, whereas this feels very natural. Like, this still feels like
actually that's a phenomenal
Animal
point
Crossing.
to make. That's a phenomenal point to make because like Zelda is like more of an evolution, whereas this just seems like a natural progression. So that's a very good point
this
to
just
make.
feels like a sequel basically.
Yeah.
So like, which is nothing wrong with that. Like that's not an issue.
Sequel with a new like premise and stuff, which is honestly what I wanted out of this game. But like for example, Breath of the Wild, they had to walk people through the changes to the series because they were so radical.
Because it was so drastic.
Like, this is more on the incremental innovation level. So I would definitely dispute that. But like, it's similar.
You've provided great reasons. So.
But I would say it would be somewhat closer to Odyssey, if anything. But I would not compare it to Breath of the Wild whatsoever.
All I'm trying to say is I do think it's going to be like one of those high quality like Nintendo games that we've been asking for. That's all I mean, I guess. But
I'm glad it's not just fucking New Leaf, but like with some new characters. It's like they really, they really brainstormed what they could add to the quality of
they
life.
got into this. I agree.
Tense, boys.
Tense, dude. I'm very stoked.
Oh shit, bro.
This is what a lot of people have been waiting for. So very happy with this.
I'm really feeling like playing Animal Crossing right now. Like I'm in the mood for Animal Crossing, so I'm just like,
fucking,
come
I
on,
like
come
the
out
crafting.
already.
The crafting seems like it's gonna be addicting, man. It's like Minecraft survival-esque crafting. It's pretty cool.
What would you do if a creeper was in it?
Oh my god.
You're just walking around at like 10 o'clock at night. Time to get time.
Fucking explodes. And like you try to tell people, but no one believes you. It's like you go on Twitter and say this, people are like, dude, you're crazy.
People are like, oh dude, you had a nice creepypasta, and you're like, no. And then the creeper like looks dead in your screen, and like his eyes start to bleed, and then zooms in, and then Mario shows up, and it's like, oh, but what if Squidward puts head in microwave?
Ooh. Squidward's pretty dope. We should get him in Smash. Speaking of Smash, they're doing more.
For listening to the podcast.
Got him.
Got him.
Is there anything else you guys want to talk about in Animal
No,
Crossing?
it looks fucking cute.
It just looks good. There's really nothing else to. Yeah, I like the villager. The villager was really cute when she changed into like the summer dress. Super cute. I dig it.
And they were all like chilling out on the beach.
Yeah, I can't wait to stream that game and play that. Like go to people's villages and stuff. And shit, I can swear.
Yeah, I can't wait for those functions. So briefly they announced a few ports just for the fucking console, including like an Assassin's Creed, like Rebel Collection or whatever, which was like Black Flag and Rogue, which I mean, good games.
Yeah.
So
like I don't care, but that's cool. Black Flag's a good game.
Cool.
It's a decent game.
Okay.
So.
Can't complain.
Farming Simulator 20.
The last one was already on Switch.
Yeah. So that's just like there's not much.
Don't ask how I know that. I didn't buy it. I just keep seeing it everywhere.
Right, sure, mate. Yeah.
Sure, Snoop.
I don't have Farming Simulator 19.
I feel like these games are perfect for Switch, though.
Yeah.
And I feel like Euro Truck Simulator would be fucking great.
Oh, okay. I would legitimately love that. I would love Euro Truck on it.
And bizarrely, we got Devil May Cry 2. Like, why that one? It's like, that's so bizarre.
Honestly, the Devil May Cry crap.
Why the fuck
Devil May Cry crap just pisses me off. Like honestly, like
no. Like
fuck
if they announced 3 or like 1 or fucking 4, I would have lost my shit. But 2.
Why would you have even lost your shit? Like, dude, there was a whole collection of these games that came out earlier this year, and Nintendo, Capcom is blatantly. They're blatantly.
Cool. Yeah. That's not my point, though. My point is, why 2 of all games?
Okay, yeah, I get it. There's better ones, but still, just like fuck them for doing it at all. Like in my opinion, I don't know. Sorry,
Hey, there's
Right.
nothing wrong with it being on the console. Like, I mean, honestly, I would have got like if they released a trilogy at a good price, I would have got it.
Yeah,
Like on Switch, just so I could play on the go.
exactly.
I'm not gonna buy 2 on its own for
On its
£25.
own.
Yeah, no, yeah,
Exactly. I don't want to buy
You can
any of
fuck
them.
off with that.
Why would you
Yeah, I'm
buy any
saying.
of them on its own if you have
Yeah.
a PS4? It's like, I don't
Well,
know.
not everyone has a PS4 and a Switch.
That's a good point.
different
That's a good point. I'm being
But I'm
ignorant.
just
being
I'm
ignorant.
just talking about 2 specifically for its own price tag because
Yeah.
that's a game
There's
that
better ones
people
they could have put out.
skip.
It's a
Anyway,
good point.
so I think let's move on to I guess Smash Bros with so they dropped Banjo-Kazooie and they announced a new fighter.
Yes. And if
Giving
you have a-
Fatal Fury some love,
and
which
if
was actually
you-
kind of cool.
If you have
Yeah,
a
I mean,
problem,
the leaks predicted it. I mean, whatever.
yeah, we
It's
knew this
cool.
was gonna happen.
It's a cool fighter. I'm down. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not the kind of guy who gets super hyped over Smash fighters. It's
I
like,
am.
Cool.
I
Yeah.
feel you. I feel you.
It's this is weird entitlement Smash.
Mm.
Yeah.
Nice, but I love. See, I don't have any connection to the Fatal Fury games, but I
SNK,
love
but
that.
yeah.
I love that series in Smash. I love that trailer was fantastic. So much
Yeah.
creativity. That was so
In my
well
opinion, that's the best Smash announcement trailer they've done.
done. So
Like,
funny.
I think it was just like the most fun. I really liked it.
Mm.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like, I will say, like, if you're someone out there who has a problem with Terry Bogard being in Smash, then you're just ignorant.
Then you're stinky.
You're ignorant. You're rude and just like chill. Not everything's gonna be for you. And
Yeah.
like, here's what I think. Honestly, I think a lot of directors and musicians do this. I think with Sakurai, it's like 2 or 3 for them, 1 for me. Like, I could picture Sakurai being a big fighting game fan, playing SNK back when he was younger and stuff. And maybe this one, he had fun bringing Terry
You know,
Bogard
and
to Smash.
I'm okay with that. I'm
okay
perfect
with that. Like,
yeah.
yeah, be happy
See,
about
Dude,
it.
honestly, give us some Samurai Showdown characters too.
Let's
Fuck it.
go.
Yeah.
Dude, Metal Slug in Smash. Do
I'm
it.
sorry you didn't get
Alright.
Minecraft Steve. Jeez, like.
Well,
And,
okay, but we also got the announcement that, and this should be no surprise to anyone because of how
Yeah.
much fucking like hype around it, how much free marketing,
How
and-
much
and
money?
money.
How much money they
how
make
much
off of
fucking
it.
money they're getting from it. More fighters, unlimited fighters for the
And you- and you
entire
can.
lifespan of the Switch. It's always gonna come. It's
I'm
just
happy.
non-stop forever.
Dude, this game's never gonna die, and I'm
It's-
okay with
yeah.
this.
I'm
Like,
happy.
Honestly,
fucking-
that's fine. It's gonna become Mugen and whatever.
yeah, I agree with
I-
with one up
This is
in chat here. Sorry.
oh god. This is just a personal thing. So I don't know if this is an issue. Like Rob, I specifically want to ask you because you're like into the
mhm.
competitive side. Do you think there's a point where the roster can genuinely get bloated to make like balancing just so fucking tedious and hard
Yes,
work that it can kill the
absolutely.
game?
It's well, it can make the game far more difficult to play. This happened with Hero specifically. Because if his RNG and the way he works, that you will just lose to a player not based on skill. It will just reward RNG. This is
You
why, because I've
gotta
kind
fucking
of
kaboom.
semi-retired from competitive Smash because of other reasons. But like, it would. One of them is because it's so impossibly difficult to practice every matchup because that is half the game is knowing how to play against other characters. And when there's like a fucking 100 of these guys, so like 1,000 unique max.
How the fuck
matchups
can you
or something like that.
prepare? Like, how the fuck
Exactly.
can you prepare?
Exactly.
Mm.
And
Oh,
they keep
man.
coming, so it's like, I mean, for one perspective, I'll never complain about more Smash characters as long as they're like
Yeah.
interesting and shit. But there is
Give
more shit
Sora.
to practice and learn, you know?
Yeah, give us Sora. Honestly, I don't even care. I'm just gonna say this right now. Like, Sora could be
Yeah, Sora
such
would be
a
sick.
cool fucking
Absolutely.
character in Smash Bros. Like, such a cool character.
Sora is the only character announcement that would actually get me hype.
it'd get you
Everything
hard.
else I'm just
You'd
like,
be
hey, cool.
happy.
But if it's Sora, I would be
Snoop would
like those reaction videos of every
Give us,
direct on YouTube where people just go fucking crazy.
And dude, pull a Simon Belmont and give us like fucking Roxas.
I love
as a
seeing
Echo.
classic
God, love
characters,
it.
dude.
Yeah.
I love seeing
Yeah, like
really,
Sora.
fuck off. I love seeing
Yeah.
really old classic characters like Terry and Simon Belmont and shit. Like, that's so cool. That's so fucking cool because it's obviously not just appealing to mainstream trendy shit like they did with Smash 4, like with Corrin and stuff like that, trying to sell their other games. Which I wouldn't blame
Which
them
we were
for
all
doing.
worried about, and I'm so very good point. I just want to add to. I'll let you finish. Like, I'm very happy they didn't end up doing that. I'm happy we didn't get like Yarn Yoshi in March as like a TLC character. Yeah. Go ahead.
So
though,
I'm really
sorry.
glad.
It's weird to me that people really want that, where it's like you've already got a very similar character. Why don't you want like more variety?
Yeah.
Like, or Bandana Waddle Dee. Like,
Dude, Klonoa.
Okay.
Why?
Hey. Bandana Waddle Dee
fucking-
is different
I will
than
fucking-
Kirby. He could be cool.
I don't
But
give a
yes,
shit.
Klonoa. Put
I
Klonoa
don't
in.
give a shit, man.
Where's Zach when we need him? We're honestly
I
though,
don't care.
Bandana
Klonoa
Waddle
and
Dee.
Sora, those are the
Bandana
only two
Waddle
that I
Dee
give a
would be
shit about.
such a waste of a spot though, and I would like
Exactly.
it, but it
Fine.
is a waste of a spot. There's so many other cool characters that could be put in the game.
Yeah,
so.
like
and that-
Ratchet and
that
Clank.
is-
Put them in.
That's
I mean,
what I love
Insomniac
about
just
this,
got bought out by
the-
Sony. Whatever.
That's what I love about this direction in the sense that like it's more like a spectrum of like games like coming together opposed to just like Nintendo fellas now, which is like, well, it's a Nintendo game, but you've got all these like classic and iconic characters together and shit, which I love. So more classics, I'm down. You know, I'd love to discover more games that I'm not familiar with based on these characters and stuff like that. I mean, that's what happened with Marth and Roy and stuff like that in these games, and you could say that about a lot of other characters too. For example, someone will probably pick up Terry and be like, I fucking love this character, and they'll look into it and they might even somehow play Fatal Fury and be like, I fucking love this series.
Yeah.
So
Honestly,
good shit. That's what I like.
Put some freaking respect on Terry's name. Put some respect on his name. Seriously. He's a good dude.
Yeah.
He's a cool character. It's history. It's
It's-
video game
it-
history, you know?
And
It's
this is
fighting
like
game
a-
history. Sorry.
we can see this like two ends of the spectrum with Nintendo and this characters and stuff. You've got Smash on one end, you've got Mario Kart on the other with Pink, Gold, Peach and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like you still got Link and Isabelle and stuff like that in Mario Kart. but, like,
Baby
their
Mario
OG
for Smash.
OG roster of Mario Kart 8 was absolutely horrendous. I will argue anyone with that. They made it better with the DLC and shit.
Yeah.
Fucking- Oh, that was the worst roster I've ever seen
it
in
was not the
a Mario
best.
Kart game. Yeah,
Surprisingly,
anyway,
surprisingly though, it's like the best Mario Kart game in my opinion.
Yeah, it's one of the best for
It's
sure.
like top tier. Mario
I'll
Kart.
probably-
tier.
I'm the kind of guy who always just says the newest one's my favorite. So
Yeah.
See, I've
just
played that
I'm a
game.
fucking normie when
Nothing
it comes
will
to like,
ever
Mario
beat
Kart and
Double
stuff.
Dash though. Like I feel like okay,
Yeah,
Double
I-
Dash was such an innovative take on a franchise, and it's also the best like couple game to play. If you're ever like going on a date with a girl or a boy or a fucking
Yeah,
cat,
yeah.
whatever you're into, play Double Dash. It's really fun.
God, I told you I was a furry in confidence. What the fuck?
Fuck man.
do not clip that. That was a joke.
Yes,
That
it
was
was
a
a joke. We're allowed to
AJ,
have fun
please
sometimes.
use that.
I'm not a
AJ,
furry.
Please use that.
Don't be.
I'm not a furry.
AJ, I
Sure.
will pay you extra to use that.
AJ, please.
Please.
I'm
Also,
not
shout out to
sorry.
AJ. Shout out
Shout out
to
to
our
Ash
editor.
Taco, our editor. He's making some spicy.
Who
content.
is a furry?
Who is actually?
No, we're not spreading this rumor.
Speaking of AJ, fucking. Okay, naturally, no. We should finish up the Smash.
Everyone
thing.
at
Yeah, yeah,
AJ
yeah.
on Twitter.
Everyone at AJ on
We'll
Twitter
save-
saying,
we'll
calling
save
pedophilia.
Holy. Okay, guys, no. Stop. Stop. Moving on. Moving on.
Okay.
Briefly, some other little things.
gotta do it now.
Briefly, we got some more. We got another look at Link's Awakening. Looks good. Not much to say about it, I don't think.
Let's finish up Smash first.
Yeah,
so we
go
got,
ahead.
We got Sans as a Mii fighter as well, which is
Dude, that blew up the internet. Holy shit. That blew up the internet, bro. I did not think
It came out
Sans.
of nowhere.
He's a skin. He's a costume. Do you know how many? Holy shit!
that's what I find even the most funny about it is because that's the nature of the character. It's not full
Dude.
character. It's just
Dude,
fucking.
he like
Honestly, it
overshadowed
looks good,
Banjo.
though.
Yeah, it looks good. I'm not
It's like a
complaining.
good
They
model.
put effort into that shit,
It's
man.
just crazy. It's funny to me.
And-
Honestly, he works better as a costume. If you really
Yeah,
Toby
it
Fox never
looks
sacrificed
exactly how he would look
Smash,
as a
a
actual
character.
fighter.
Exactly. He's like treated like an actual fighter. Exactly.
It's not
I
like
agree.
some weird mask or anything that just looks kind of out of place. It's just
Holy
no.
shit,
It sounds.
though, did that.
Okay,
Which is funny.
one of our local, one of our top players came second at one of our big Auckland locals playing Sans. There's like a 50-minute. So something like that. I can't remember the exact numbers, but
Holy shit.
that's so good.
Jesus, man.
I love
that's
that.
Funny.
It's a good meme.
It's hilarious.
I'm proud of
That's-
Toby Fox.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
proud of
so
Toby
proud.
Fox too, man.
This
like, shout
passion
out to this
indie
dude.
game passion project is
Yeah.
his characters in Smash, man. That's crazy.
Also, just want to say, Undertale's good.
Yeah, Undertale's
Like,
fucking
I've
great.
honestly never
There's a
played
big
it. I
hate
should
wave
play
on
it.
It's fucking
You
good. It's very good.
Undertale's a great time, and it,
There's a
Yeah.
reason it got so popular, and there's a
Yeah.
reason why people started to hate it
Yeah.
because it's so good, and they're
Yeah,
a bunch
honestly,
of
that's what
dumb
happened.
stinkies.
What happened for? I'm not gonna go off on this. Just like the same thing happened to Five Nights at Freddy's in a similar way, not the exact same thing. So I thought it was just like that. I thought it was all just hype, but the game actually seems to be really
Yeah,
fucking
if
good.
you
It-
play
it's
it,
genuinely
you
good.
can tell the heart and effort.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I definitely
I
should
would-
give it a try.
It'll take you like 10 hours to beat. To be honest.
It's pretty short for a
Did
RPG.
it come to the Switch already?
Yes.
Yep.
It's on
Yeah.
Switch.
You
Of
can-
course,
so's the
Chris would say
spiritual
that it's a bad
successor.
time. Chris is totally the dude who would say that it's a bad time.
I mean,
Undertale.
look,
I love you,
it's like
Chris. I love
Minecraft.
you.
Look.
Well, that's just an Undertale meme.
It's
Well,
like-
that's-
it's
Oh, okay.
either-
Never
it's
mind
either-
then.
Yeah.
Never mind.
It's
That'll
either
shut the
really
fuck
your
up.
thing or it's like really not
Hmm.
because it's not as that much of a game specifically. I'd say
It's an experience.
It's an
It's like,
experience.
oh, mate.
Oh.
I love you, dude.
um,
Oh man.
yeah, but I'm I'm honestly just it makes me smile to be honest. Like everyone being excited for this one thing, it's like we all joked about this, but and then it actually happened. Sakurai's like, oh, you guys, good
Yeah.
mate. Download this fucking. That's
Oh, yeah. The
Oh.
telling people to go buy Banjo Kazooie on Xbox One. I loved that during like the
I love-
presentation. It was great.
That's hilarious.
That's
That's
great.
hilarious.
I'm happy for
Um,
Smash. Smash is doing great, and yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
I hate how all these big companies are friends with each other now.
I know.
I want them to all be mad.
Like be mad at each other, fight.
Be sassy. Come
Oh
on,
my
guys.
It's better than fucking like being like, oh, you PlayStation, oh, you're a scum of the earth.
Console-
Xbox, well,
Dude, console
Console-
wars is so dumb. It's just
consumer
unnecessary.
consoles are the
It's
worst.
just so
shit.
dumb. Like I really like where we are because like Nintendo's just doing their own thing and Sony's doing their own thing. They're separate platforms. You can have both. If you can afford both, it's worth it to have both.
yeah, and they are in different. They've got different positioning strategies and they've got different unique selling points, which they're not just
Yeah.
as compared to like what 20 years ago or so. They were competing for the same exact market.
Directly
which
competing, yeah.
they are still direct competitors, but they have very clear, unique selling points. So,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I like how they seem to be like fucking like the Game Awards having all three CEOs out on the stage together talking about games are
Boxing.
cool.
The
Why aren't they
boys.
just boxing? Let's have a
Dang.
little fight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let them fight at the
Yeah.
KSI.
Let's
the
see who
ball
wins.
thing.
The
Yeah.
winner wins
When it
the
gets all the
console generation.
companies, it's
Let's
when it gets all the-
go.
When it owns them all.
Like,
like, okay.
oh, yeah.
Let's go.
Big Shiggy comes out. Comes out.
Oh my God.
Comes out like Bob is anything ready for this
Uh,
boxing match.
Is there
He's not even the
anything
CEO. It's just,
There
else?
is-
Anything else
um,
we'd say would be super brief, I assume. Is there anything?
Excuse me. I would like
Oh,
to
sorry.
talk about my
No,
favorite.
no, I'm
game.
saving that for the end. I'm saving that for the end. It's like the
Oh,
main event.
you
I'm just
asked
saying
it.
before we move over there. Like I'm not. I
oh,
just,
okay,
if
so
there's
we're
anything
saving
else.
we're saving Deadly Premonition for the
Yeah,
end, right?
I'm honestly set. I'm literally setting up for you to say Deadly Premonition, then you can
All right,
talk about it right now.
You go, Pat. You go, Pat. I will.
I
will go
got you,
after
fam.
Once upon a time, there was a little game called Deadly Premonition. Honestly, kind of shit.
Yeah.
If I'm being
At first.
100% truthful,
At
it's a
first.
bad game.
At first.
It's got
yeah.
it's got an amazing story, an incredible soundtrack. It's fun as hell, even though it's jank as hell and a pretty shit game.
Mhm.
I love Deadly
Still fun.
Premonition.
Still fun.
It's like it's a guilty pleasure. I love it, and it's got a cult following. And you know, about 10 years pass. Sitting there, haven't thought about Deadly Premonition in a while. Sitting there watching this direct. Huh, some cool games going on. And then, oh, what's this? Wait a minute. This looks like that. Wait a minute. What is that? What's that? What's that word in the bottom left? In the lower third of the screen? Deadly Premonition 2?
Woo!
What is this? What's going on? So yeah, Deadly Premonition 2 is a thing, and it's coming to the Switch.
That change in energy was the best thing I've ever heard in my life.
I'm pretty
Video
fucking
essays,
hyped for it.
Yeah,
I'm
so
pretty
yeah, it's pretty
excited.
cool. It's pretty cool. It's nothing special. I'm
I
excited.
wish
It's
you
pretty
ended
cool.
that with, yeah, it's alright. Don't it, might get it, maybe.
No, I'm fucking pumped for it. I mean, look, this is gonna sound weird. I hope it's shit. I hope the gameplay is like as bad
Memes.
as the original one, just because it's so charming.
Yeah.
Like it's the kind of game where it's like, sure, it's kind of bad, but it's so charming and fun and goofy, and it's got that great whistling song in it. The do 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 do
It's
do.
basically in its own world at the
Yeah,
moment.
Dude.
it's a good old goof.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm
It's-
excited. Oh,
I gotta
Look,
say,
look.
and I say this with the Snoop is such a hipster in a good
the
way.
biggest
He's
hipster
such
I've
a
ever met, man.
hipster. This
I'm a
direct
fucking
happens,
proto-hipster.
and out of everything announced, this is still sick. This is still dope. It's
Okay,
just
because
funny. This is your
the only
takeaway.
thing. This is the only thing in the entire direct announced that is surprising. That's the only thing that I was like, wait, what?
I don't know
Like,
about
it's the
that.
only
There was
thing that
something at the
genuinely
end that was.
surprised me.
I guess it was very surprising. It was surprising. I
It's
gotta
fucking
give credit
Deadly
where credit's due.
Premonition 2. Like, what the
yeah,
fuck?
that no one expected that, dude. No,
But
that's
Everyone,
such a
everyone, go
hipster.
grab it. It's like you can get it for like
biggest.
£1 on like PS3, Xbox 360. It's on Steam. Get it and play it. It's stupid. It's so stupid, but it's great.
Maybe we'll
It
all
is
stream
so
it
good.
together sometime. Let's do it.
Dude, I'm fucking down.
I'm keen. Let's get it.
do that.
It's one of my favorite survival horror games.
Yeah. Good
Like
stuff.
I hold it in higher esteem than Resident Evil 4.
Is it better than Kingdom Hearts?
Damn.
I mean, it's not better than Resident Evil 4. Let me make that clear. It's way
Yeah,
worse.
well, I was about to say, like, hold on.
But I prefer
Hold
it.
on.
I much prefer it.
That's
No,
fair
I
enough.
mean,
Oh,
it's-
that is totally fair.
It's good stuff. Honestly, I seen this make a lot of people happy, so I'm just teasing them. It's still
It's-
dope. It looks
it's
nifty.
sick.
Let's fucking go.
Y'all need some Deadly Premonition in your lives.
Game of the fucking year, man. Is there
God, I
the
hope it
only
sucks.
other thing that I just wanted to mention is just I do think I'm happy that they're porting like a game that people actually want over to the Switch with Tokyo Mirage Sessions. Like there's been a
Great
I forgot about that.
yeah,
Shit.
there's been a lot of these Wii U ports, like new Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, that I just did not give two shits about. I still bought it. I mean, I still bought it because I'm
I still
stupid.
bought it. You're voting
But
with your
I didn't
wallet, mate.
like exactly,
Daddy.
exactly. But Tokyo Mirage Sessions is actually like pretty nifty, dude. It's dope.
Glad-
Yeah,
I'm actually cool with that.
it's fucking good. And, like
Yeah.
it's a good game. I'm glad it's getting it's gonna have like a bigger audience now.
Yeah,
Because it deserves it. It fucking deserves it. It's good.
absolutely.
Good shit.
And moving.
Not as good
on.
as Deadly Premonition though. The best game of all
Here we
time.
go, mate. Well.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else that I can think of that I need to touch on.
No. Oh,
Before you
Deadly
finish.
Premonition.
Oh, fuck off, mate. You've had your time. All right. Well, we'll finish up with their final announcement, which is it's
Deadly
releasing 20.
Premonition.
Shut the fuck up, Pat.
Oh
Oh my god, I'm about to-
Daddy.
That's cool. And 2020 they're releasing a full remaster for Xenoblade Chronicles. Baby.
Woo!
Fuck yeah, let's go.
This made me so
Woo!
happy for Rob, and also to anyone who's gonna be like, it came out in 2012. On it, this is a good version of the game. It has lots of content that
Listen.
wasn't even in the initial. Rob, tell us.
Listen,
Spit some
listen,
facts. Drop
listen.
some bars.
Fucking. Okay, so they made this game on the Wii, right? This fucking limited, fucking white tiny dishwasher piece game console, right? That was
Yeah.
a weird comparison, but it was not powerful console at all.
Shuffle.
But they made this game that was like 3 times the size of Skyrim on that fucking game,
Mm-hmm.
and with like a distinct art style and stuff like that. So we're seeing that this vision fully realized on the Switch, which, like, you know, they had that on the 3DS too, and being able to play this game on the go is strongly benefits the experience, in my opinion. So, fucking on the Switch, remastered as well, and like there's the area they showed at the end of the trailer, which just looks like a normal area from a Xenoblade game, but all of us fans were like, oh, that's the shoulder. That's because that was a distinct area that was cut from the game that you could find if you go through if you no clip through the game and find it the certain area that was cut from the game. So they finished that up, which they couldn't have done because of resources and the space and hardware limitations on the original. So, fucking holy crap! This is a lot.
Yeah.
I'm very, very, very excited for.
It's very
Glad
cool.
some people. This will give people a chance to play this game without owning a Wii U.
Freaking Wii. I mean,
Definitive edition. I'm very excited.
let's go. Good stuff, man. I'm so happy for Xenoblade as a franchise. Like, it has made itself one of the top tier Nintendo franchises.
Now just give us X on the Switch, and
Yeah,
I'll be
give
happy.
us X. X is
Holy
sick,
crap.
man. Go watch
That game
Rob's
is-
video on X. That game is fucking sick.
I have
Like,
multiple videos on X.
the scales.
I'm excited to play
all that fun
Chronicles for the first time on Switch because
Mhm.
I played like a bit of Chronicles on Wii, a bit,
Right.
stuff. Mhm.
like
Right, it's
a,
on the
a
Wii,
couple of hours, and I was like, oh, I dig it, but because it was
Yeah.
on the Wii, I kind of forgot
It's
about
really
it.
hard to play on the Wii. Like
Wait.
I have it on Wii.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's awkward.
Very hard to
It's on,
play.
it's on 3DS
Yeah.
too, isn't it?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just haven't got around to getting it,
I'm
so
not, like-
I will be
It's-
getting it on Switch,
I'm
100%.
3DS
I'm looking
version's
forward
kind of
to it.
rare. I could be wrong.
But Rob,
Yeah?
personally, I didn't like Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
I
Is
haven't.
one better?
Fuck
One
it.
is
Working up.
significantly better, I will say. Like,
Cool.
pretty much all fans agree that one is better than two, apart from maybe like the music overall. Two might have done better, but like
Yeah.
one is like held in such a high regard for a reason, I would say, and it is
Yeah.
like so pure and so. I'm struggling to describe it, but it's like there's a lot of things you can see about two, which are like, don't know about that. You know, there's some glaring aspects or whatever.
There's some criticisms to
What-
be made.
One has none of those obvious criticisms, whatever. It's like I can be very confident with that game's quality, I would say. In pretty much every
Alright.
aspect, it just fucking nails. Story, one of the best fucking games I've ever played.
Mhm.
Voice acting, genuinely like some of the best work I've ever heard and stuff like
It's
that.
all British,
iconic.
isn't it? Too. It's all like
Well,
British.
they had a English they let the
English, sorry.
UK team handle the localization for that, and they got some top talent for that shit.
okay,
Which
good stuff.
like
Yeah, they also
Adam
got some
Paladin
pretty
and
top
stuff like
talent for Deadly Premonition, you know what I
You
mean?
fucking-
whoa,
They had some really great voice actors in there doing just a
Oh
top
my
job.
God.
it's yeah.
Just
So
for memes.
very-
no, I.
so even on the Wii, some of these areas
Mm.
in the game were like gorgeous and stuff like that. And you could see the because for those who don't know, this game takes place on two deceased giant titans, and you could see like the one of them called the Mechonis far in the distance as you were walking around the different areas, and it was relative. So, for example, you're on its leg, you look up and you see like the sword way above it and its head way high in the distance. You eventually rise up onto like its shoulder, you can see it like adjacent to you straight ahead and stuff like that. And like there's just so many creative aspects that just make you go, wow, holy crap, this fucking game.
That's actually
Satchel Marshall's like,
I'm pumped to try it out because like everything I hear from like you and AJ about it, I'm always just like, fuck yeah, dude, Xenoblade sounds sick. Then I played 2 and was like,
two. There's
So, like,
it's like
I'm
that's-
excited to play Chronicles. I'm really
Yeah.
pumped.
Yeah, I'm so excited to experience this game again in new light.
Yeah.
Fucking
I'm
go
really
if you want. If you
happy
want
for
any if you want to, I would highly recommend listening to some of the soundtrack too, like because there is like the entire thing on YouTube. I think they've removed. There's a whole bunch of soundtracks have been removed from YouTube, but like you can still go listen to some and be like, 'cause
Yeah.
the thing with that soundtrack is every song's a banger. It's not like one or two. Like you can go through the whole thing and be like, holy shit, this is amazing. Holy shit, this is amazing. Holy crap. Like
In some of my classes, they would put like the teacher would put Xenoblade music on in the background.
That's a
So
good
I know a few tracks just like, oh, that's pretty.
And I run
Pretty
a D&D campaign every week that's been going for like multiple years, and like I can use that whole soundtrack, and I do a lot of the time because there's so many different good parts, and some of them just play for one. There's these iconic tracks that play for one half of a fight, and these things have millions of views and stuff. Well, they used to once before the videos were removed. And everyone's like, wait, this plays for half of one fight.
Yeah.
Like midway in the game. It's like, wow, holy shit. Yeah, so I'm gonna stop ranting. Fucking amazing game. Fantastic game. One of my favorite games of all time. And it's coming to Switch.
You've sold me.
Coming to wait. Does that have a release date? Did you say?
Early 2020.
Yeah.
Damn
Which
it,
it'll
it's
get
so
that.
far
It'll
away.
get that hype. It'll get that hype because it'll be such a dead time in the year.
It's like
Which is
Animal
good.
Crossing where I'm just like, I just want to play it now.
Yeah.
Give me
Oh,
yeah.
fucking wait.
Just give me games. I've got nothing else to do.
They said
Just give me
sometime
games.
2020 would.
Oh, so basically it's gonna be late 2020.
Yeah, Nintendo's been so bad with
hoping
release dates.
early. We'll see.
They like never
Yeah.
honor them ever. I'm sorry. Gotta call them out on that.
If they say sometime 2020, it's more than likely it'll be later.
Granted, I'm okay with that considering it's usually for the betterment of the games. Like,
Oh, absolutely.
it's more.
I'd rather
problem
have a
with, like,
complete game than a.
Yeah, exactly. But
a
it is
shit game.
it is a problem with like announcing things before they are ready to be announced. You know?
Mm,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, gotta honor your word and promises. But like, I'd rather them do it and then just
Yeah.
rush the game. You know? So
Yeah.
it's we don't live in a perfect world. So that's how it is.
I'd love it if they just didn't, and this would never happen because you can't really advertise it. But if they just announced games like when they're 90% finished, when it's like, yeah, they're pretty much fucking done. So we 100% are just gonna get to this deadline. And some games do that.
Yeah.
Others,
Honestly, though,
Shin Megami Tensei 5.
I think that's a little. I think that's kind of hard to pull off. I think Nintendo just needs
definitely.
to
Oh,
be.
it's absolutely.
They
hardcore.
It ain't gonna
personally,
happen.
they just
But in an ideal
personally
world.
need to be more realistic with like release
Yeah.
dates because there's been two like Fire Emblem was delayed, Yoshi was delayed, Daemon X was
Right.
delayed.
I think they need
I
to
could
adjust
name
their
multiple
announcements.
others. Even like Mario
'Cause-
Kart Tour, which comes out later this month, was delayed.
See,
Yeah.
here's the thing. It is actually to the detriment and
Rob?
stuff like that.
Robert,
That cut out.
You cut out a bunch. I'd say repeat your
Apologies. Yeah.
No, it's
Um,
not your fault.
It is to the detriment of these games like launches and marketing though, because like the case with Daemon X Machina, you see it and you get a bit fed up with it. Like
Yeah.
there's a sweet spot where it's like 6 months before the game comes out, you announce it,
Hmm.
and then it comes out, and it's like, whoa,
Whoa.
this hype is shit. And we saw the fucking like, with all the on PlayStation, we had all those games that they announced, and everyone was super pumped, and then they were announced again and again and again for the next 2 years. Everyone was like, I mean, still
Hype
phenomenal games, but like,
Plummets.
yeah, hype plummets down
Yeah.
once as the quantity increases, like you. So what as a supply
Well,
of content increases,
that's like what
demand
we
for
were
it to
saying
be.
earlier.
Yeah.
With Daemon X.
Yep, that's exactly what we're saying. Yeah.
It's like you see it so much, you're just like, all right, I don't care anymore.
Right. So it is a bit of a pitfall that Nintendo
Yeah.
is going to
Yeah.
be falling into. Ideally, a perfect world, announce it like when it's
And
done,
release it
done.
5 seconds later. This will be released
Here's
at
the
the
thing,
end of
though.
this
This will
direct.
be released tomorrow.
Yeah. They need to build that anticipation so they can get the
Yeah,
most sales on that release date, because that is the most important time for a game. That is what companies look at. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
this is when it had its peak. Same with films and box office, such like that.
Absolutely.
What they only look at. So
Absolutely.
that's validation for like future stuff. So, and it's also like pre-sales. Yeah, there's a lot of things. There's a reason they do it. Yeah. Perfect world though. I want it now. I want it right now.
Wow, we're such consumers.
Yeah.
Such
We're talking about
consumers.
We're talking about an
I
advertisement.
want what I want, and I want it now. Give it to me.
Give
now.
us what we want. When do we want it?
Now.
Soon.
Me too.
Give us Deadly Premonition too.
All right.
When do we want it?
So before
Whenever,
we
you know.
before we finish this podcast, I just want to talk about us, you boys here and your
Yeah.
lives. Tell me about this weird, obscure album you're listening to, Pat or Corey. How is fucking, I don't know, some food you got the other day or whatever?
Snoop, I'm ready to go. Do you need more time? You good? You want me to go?
I have like every time I get asked this, my brain just draws a blank, and I'm like,
That's
I've
why.
done
So
nothing
yeah,
in
that's
my
why I'm gonna
life
go.
ever.
So
My entire life is this podcast. What have I done?
I've been pretty good.
So go ahead.
I've been chilling. I've been playing a lot of Astral Chain, which released on the 30th
Right.
of August, which I really enjoy. Definitely criticisms to be made about the game, but I think it's a pretty darn good game. I've had a lot of fun with it, and I've put a lot of hours into it. So go play Astral Chain if you haven't had a chance. Aside from that, I've been listening to like
Nice.
lots of music, as always. You know what I mean?
You
New
Hit us
Post
with some of
Malone.
them bands.
Yeah. New Post Malone album dropped, and I've been digging that. So judge me.
Off all those Post Malone fans in the chat.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Also been
For
listening to a
one of
lot
you.
of water parks. If you guys know water parks, I know Jace does. Jace.
Yeah,
Jace
They sound familiar, but
No, off water parks.
yeah, they're a pretty tight band.
I have a question. So, have either of you been playing WoW Classic?
I haven't.
no,
I
because
haven't.
Final Fantasy 14 is
Yeah.
still my bae.
Because that would be
I
a
really want to,
podcast in itself. So if you ever
Yeah,
do,
WoW
that'd be a
Classic.
good topic.
Yeah.
I would
Have you
love
been-
to
wait,
get it
wait,
at some
Rob,
point.
have you been playing WoW Classic?
Oh no, fuck no. I
Oh,
don't
okay,
have
yeah,
time.
just curious. Yeah, I was like, wait, have you? Let's fucking play.
I
Like,
know
bro-
that is a big thing that's been happening
Yeah.
lately.
Yeah.
So.
Honestly,
I'll
I
probably
just,
get a month at some point and just
Yeah.
play it for nostalgia.
I
Yeah,
just
once,
can't
once uni
commit to
finishes, I'll probably do
MMORPGs anymore. I just don't have the time
Yeah.
for it. Like,
That's
Snoop can
absolutely
probably tell
fair.
you, you
That
can't
is
like
fair.
play like
Yeah.
3 different MMORPGs too. Like, they're time
No,
investments.
you've got one, and then
Yeah,
that's like
and then you
that's
commit
the
to it.
only
That's your
one you're gonna
life.
play.
You might have
Point on,
multiple
yeah.
characters on the one account, but like you commit to one game. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Is there anything else you wanted to talk about in your going ons and the boy's life? Apart from-
Sorry?
I'm just
Huh?
sorry because I busted in with
No,
WoW
you're
Classic.
good. You're good. No, I've just been chilling. I'm totally blanking right now. Like, I honestly have not been doing much. Oh, and I've been working on videos more. Like, as most people know, like I
Woo!
primarily live stream a
As we've
lot,
seen,
but I've
yeah.
been trying to like shift out and trying to do like more videos. Like, I already have a video ready to go for like next week. Gotta film one after this. So like, I've been working on videos and I've been enjoying it and stuff like that.
Good
So,
stuff,
Hell
man.
yeah,
Happy
dude.
for you. Hell yeah.
boy.
And go
I'm
watch
having
them.
fun.
Go-
And I
go
made a
watch them,
cake
guys.
last night. That was fun.
Oh, what kind of
What
cake?
was it?
It was all
nice.
it was all chocolate, and I regretted it because like I don't know about you guys, all chocolate's a little too much for me. Just like
Right.
double
See, I like
chocolate.
chocolate cake, but not when
Yeah,
it's
I get ya.
too much.
Yeah,
chocolate.
like I like freaking like chocolate icing, but not all chocolate cake. But yeah, I made an all chocolate cake despite this for some reason. And then
Fucking did.
and aside from Nintendo, I can't remember what the name of the game is off the top of my head right now. Do you guys know Until Dawn, the game Until Dawn?
Yeah.
The dev
yes, I know the
team-
game you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about, right? They're working
oh,
on a
shit,
new
what's it called?
franchise, and it's
Oh, that's
fucking,
right.
it's
Yeah.
fucking
They're
amazing.
doing like the anthology series one.
Yeah, where like there's this
Yeah.
dude basically in a library, and he reads these different
Hmm.
books that are essentially like horror stories, and then it's it's like an interactive movie almost. Like the
Yeah.
gameplay's pretty light, I'll admit. But I've been having so much fun with it. I've been every night, me and my friends will like maybe have a drink or two, eat some crappy food we shouldn't eat, and then make some progress in that game. We've been doing really good. We've actually like avoided anyone dying, which seems to be fairly hard in this one. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna look up the
Yeah.
name of the game while Snoop talks about what he's been up to. Snoop, how have you been?
Oh,
I was trying to buy him more
Okay.
Ah.
time, to be honest. Right
I
there,
feel
so-
bad. I'm just gonna like rip a couple of things Corey said because
Yeah.
it's similar to what I've
Yeah,
like.
go ahead, buddy. You Gucci.
I've been listening to like I've gone every so often I get on a kick of Marietta the band.
Ooh.
They like I don't know. I've just been listening to them like non-stop lately because I fucking love them. So I've been listening to them a lot, and then I've just been working on video stuff. So which is great. I'm really enjoying it. I'm having a fucking blast with it. It's actually like going way better than I thought it was gonna. But I finished my script. I did all like the voiceovers, and then the game devs were like, "Hey, let's release a new game mode today." So then they did that. So now I've got to go redo a bunch of stuff, but that's
Oh,
fine.
That's the
Whatever.
worst.
It's a really fun game mode, so I don't mind. I'm still chuffed with how the video's going. It's
Yeah.
fucking long
Dude,
though.
It's a really-
it's a really
like
cool
45
project,
minutes,
too.
Guys,
and I'm
this
losing
is
my.
this is a big project. You should
Very cool
absolutely check this
project.
out when it comes out. Like,
Yeah.
didn't you? Actually, I'll ask you that afterwards. That seems like Seems like you're having a lot of fun with it, which shows fucking. You can tell
Yeah,
when a video's got
I'm
passion in
happy.
it.
I
Exactly.
very
fucking love it, but also like, holy shit, it's gonna take so long.
Nah.
Why?
It's
an
not
ambitious
rotoscoping or
project.
anything.
But imagine
Is
how
it?
good
It's
you'll
not
feel.
rotoscoping. Okay, good.
But
Imagine how
No.
good you'll feel
No.
when it's finished and it's dropped and
And then
it's out
you
there.
have
I'm
that post-upload anxiety.
Oh,
and
man,
then
I
oh,
hate
the,
it.
the
about it for a
pre-upload
month.
anxiety and the post-upload
terrible.
depression.
It's
Those
terrible.
those two will hit, and I'll just be like, wow, all this work, and everyone's just gonna be. No one's even gonna get to the cool part because it's so fucking long.
Oh man.
Nah, it's alright.
I'm still excited for it. It's gonna be
Yeah.
fun.
Plus,
good
like
shit.
you've added like a community aspect to this project, so I think the turnout will be great. Like I swear, other people are involved. I think I seen you wanted to make like
There's
like
loads of
Discord
people
and
involved
stuff.
in it.
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah. So
like
if
that,
this
that's
being
cool.
so community driven, like I'm sure it'll do very well, my dude. So
I would say here's hoping, but honestly, like at this point, the only reason I'm making videos is just to like experiment with different things. So like the
Yeah.
last video, the main reason I made that was because I wanted to rotoscope something, and for whatever reason, Critters 3 was the thing that made me go, yeah, I could do it for that. And this is like, I kind of want to do a documentary kind of thing. I was like, a free-to-play fucking Club Penguin game, yeah, sure.
yeah, let's do
Fuck it.
Let's get it.
Well, I'm happy. Experimenting is good. So
Exactly.
I'm happy for you.
I'm having a
Very
good
Good
time.
shit, my dude.
Hell
Good.
yeah.
What?
What about
Great.
you, Rob? Fucking tell us.
Oh no!
Yeah, you
I've
stinky
been-
boy.
I've
Yeah,
been
what about
busy
you,
busy as fuck. Basically, September's so busy for me.
Yeah.
And uni. Like it always is, but this month especially.
And you're going to school
bas-
for business, which is like a beast. It's like a
Right.
beast.
So on Saturday we had a like it was an external thing you could volunteer to do. Or like, it was basically a few teams competed in a case competition where we'd be in a room for like 5 hours and we'd get given a case on a certain company. We'd come up with a strategy for them, identify their problems, and then present it to a board of judges in that 5 hours. And then like, yeah, we didn't quite, we came second, so we didn't win with that sweet prize money or anything. But like, I was like, yeah,
Second's
good
still really
experience.
good.
Yeah. Yeah. We're doing another one of those in my course though, so I'm actually graded on this. Instead of 5 hours, it's like 48 hours. So yeah. So I'm very busy. Lots of work at the moment. I'm actually going to a group meeting after this to work on that and shit. But
I believe in you.
thank you very much.
Rob's a very
Um,
hard worker.
Thank you.
You're
You.
welcome.
Apart from that, been listening to super into Muse lately. I'm gonna blame Jace.
That's
Jace
totally
for that.
Jace's fault. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, Muse is fucking fire, so I don't blame you.
Muse is amazing, and also one of my favorite artists, Fun Viferit, released this new EP, which he had a few songs off, and it's pretty fucking sick. He dropped that like yesterday, so I'm like, oh, pretty good. Guy from my city, who's pretty big now, so like, hell yeah, that's good shit. Yeah, I don't know, not much. That's basically me. I'm been a boy, as usual.
We're fucking boring.
Yeah, man, we're so boring.
No, I'm kidding.
Man, we're the boring crew.
Boring crew.
Boring
I'll be
up.
I'm okay.
Let's
with being
go,
boring
squad
crew.
goals.
Squad goals, yeah. Dude, let's get some cheese boards in here, man.
Yes.
Oh, man. Yeah. Is there anything
yeah.
else we want to go over, my dudes?
I think we did.
One very important thing.
Deadly
Jace.
Premon. Oh, okay.
Jace.
What's up?
What's your thought on the social and economic standpoint of Deadly Premonition being the best game of all time?
I don't care.
Oh my god. You know what, Snoop? I care. I agree with you. It's the best fucking game ever.
That was the most manager thing I've ever heard. Oh my.
Yes.
just
And
like
that's
goes back
how
to
I
his,
get
like,
fired.
It's
I
even-
don't care.
It's even better than Kingdom Hearts. And every-
Easy.
And
Easy.
and every Kirby game out there, and every Metroid game out there,
No contest.
even Xenoblade.
But seriously, play Deadly Premonition. It's cheap as hell and it's really fun.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And also
I
go
snap.
download the Damon X demo. I feel like I actually really feel bad for the development team. Like if you look at the lead producer when he talks about the game, like I can tell he really loves he
Yeah.
really loves the game, and
Yeah.
I feel bad. I feel bad genuinely. So go try the demo and see if you like it. But yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Up
Well,
until-
boys, it's been an honor. Thank you all for tuning in. Make sure to, I don't know what I'm
I'll add a
plugging
final
here.
comment.
Yeah, you will.
Just because it's been on my mind, I encourage everybody on here to spend less time on Twitter and do something creative. Because
That's a great piece of advice.
Fact.
actually.
That's a very good piece of advice.
something a bit more
Twitter is a
valuable.
bad place.
Yeah,
for
it is,
bad
and
we
people.
all use it.
I've been having
It's
a hard time
addicting.
with it recently, and so I'm just gonna try to channel that into somebody,
It's
into
a
something
terrible
creative.
distraction.
I recommend everybody to do the same because creative.
I'm gonna
is-
channel that into
Some good
Reddit.
advice.
instead.
Some good
Here's
energy.
here's a cheeky idea. For all you listeners.
Ooh.
When you go to open a new tab and open up Twitter or open the Twitter app on your phone, instead run this through your mind.
Oh my god.
Go to Google and just
On
search Deadly Premonition.
Deadly
So instead of Twitter time,
You know
let's
what
have some
I will
Deadly
say?
Premonition time.
As an entertainer, I respect Snoop's commitment to bits. Like I love
Fuck
it.
it, he
I
goes
fucking
ham, man.
love it. I love it. I love
Every
it. As
week
an
is
entertainer,
something else,
it's
and
a
if it isn't,
great
it defaults to "I Miss You" by Blink-182.
it's a great
Where
aspect
are
of
you?
1 It's a part of the chemistry. All right, we love you guys. We'll be back next Sunday with some video games. Good
Actually, interesting fact before we go. It has been 1 week since we streamed.
That is right.
That is
Is
right.
Different.
It's
from-
been
Yeah,
1 week
Well,
since we
obviously
watched
today
it.
was being-
in other
Yeah,
words,
okay.
in
I'm
other
angry.
words, for once in our lives, we were actually consistent for a week in a row,
Yeah,
and I
from
didn't,
what he
and
was
I
doing,
didn't
though.
an hour before the podcast die or something. So
Fuck.
I
It's
knew what
been-
you were doing as soon as you said it's been.
Bastard. All right. Thank you,
All right, bye, guys.
we'll see you guys
We'll
later.
See you next time. See you
Bye.
next week.
Take it easy. Bye.